Singapore stands as a shining example of modern progress and unparalleled success, often referred to as the gateway to Asia. This tiny island nation, spanning just 728 square kilometers, less than half the size of London, boasts some of the most impressive global rankings. It's the world leader in economic freedom, a pioneer in innovation, and home to one of the highest quality labor forces. Yet, Singapore's story isn't merely about numbers or accolades. It's about an extraordinary journey of transformation, from a modest colonial trading post to a global economic powerhouse. So, how did Singapore defy all odds to achieve such monumental success? Let's dive into the incredible story behind this economic miracle. Singapore's rise to prominence is a tale of vision, resilience, and strategic brilliance. From its early days as a colonial outpost established by Sir Stamford Raffles in 1819, the island's strategic location at the crossroads of major maritime trade routes set the stage for its significance. However, it wasn't until 1965, when Singapore gained independence, that its transformation truly began. Over the past 59 years, this city-state has redefined what it means to be a global hub. With achievements spanning advanced infrastructure, cutting-edge technology, and a thriving multicultural society, Singapore's journey has become an inspiration for nations worldwide. This is the story of how Singapore turned challenges into opportunities and built a legacy that continues to evolve. Historical context. In 1819, Sir Stamford Raffles arrived on the shores of Singapore, marking the beginning of its transformation from a quiet fishing village into a bustling international trade hub. Establishing Singapore as a British trading post, Raffles took advantage of its strategic location at the crossroads of major maritime routes between the East and West. The decision to grant Singapore a free port status, a place where goods could be traded without tariffs or taxes, quickly attracted traders from across Southeast Asia and beyond. The island's new status as a key trading center laid the foundation for its future economic growth, helping Singapore flourish as an important node in global trade. As the 19th century progressed, Singapore's importance continued to grow. The opening of the Suez Canal in 1869 enhanced the island's connectivity, cutting the travel time between Europe and Asia and boosting its position as a critical maritime hub. The city-state's strategic location meant that goods could flow seamlessly from Europe to Asia, and vice versa, enriching the local economy. The prosperity that followed helped fuel rapid urban development, turning Singapore from a small colonial outpost into one of the busiest ports in the world. Post-war struggles. The winds of change took a tragic turn during World War II, when Singapore fell to the Japanese in 1942. The occupation left the city devastated, its infrastructure destroyed, its economy in ruins, and its people suffering from food shortages and social unrest. The end of the war, however, brought new challenges as Singapore sought to rebuild and define its future. In the 1950s and 1960s, the path to independence became increasingly complicated. Singapore first joined Malaysia in 1963 in a bid to bolster its economic and political influence, but the union quickly proved unstable. Tensions between the ethnic Malay majority in Malaysia and Singapore's predominantly Chinese population led to political conflict. By 1965, Singapore's leaders, under the guidance of the visionary Lee Kuan Yew, made the pivotal decision to separate from Malaysia and establish the city-state as an independent nation. The challenges of war, economic collapse, and political strife would become stepping stones for the country's eventual rise, transforming the struggles of the past into a resilient foundation for the future. The Lee Kuan Yew era. When Singapore gained independence in 1965, it was a nation with few resources, and its survival seemed uncertain. But under the leadership of Lee Kuan Yew, Singapore adopted a bold vision that would propel it to the forefront of global economies. Lee was a staunch believer in economic liberalism and free market policies, understanding that a well-integrated global economy would be key to Singapore's prosperity. His government actively worked to create a favorable environment for foreign direct investment, FDI, ensuring that Singapore was a destination where businesses could thrive. Policies such as tax incentives, a stable political climate, and a highly educated workforce drew companies from all over the world, cementing Singapore as a global financial hub. Lee's strategy was similar to those of other Asian tigers, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Taiwan, which successfully embraced export-driven growth models. Like its counterparts, Singapore invested heavily in infrastructure, education, and industrialization. However, Lee Kuan Yew's leadership was particularly notable for the country's focus on creating a robust legal system, ensuring that foreign and local businesses alike could operate with confidence. This emphasis on legal transparency, political stability, and economic openness allowed Singapore to become an economic powerhouse within just a few decades, rivaling even the most established economies. The Singapore model, one of the cornerstones of Singapore's success, lies in its unique Singapore model, where government-led initiatives played a crucial role in shaping the country's growth. The Housing Development Board, HDB, for example, was created to address the shortage of affordable housing for the rapidly growing population. Today, 85% of Singaporeans live in HDB flats, which are not just homes but symbols of the government's commitment to building a stable, well-planned society. The HDB program is a remarkable success story, offering quality housing at affordable prices while also fostering community cohesion across different ethnic groups. Another key initiative was the Central Provident Fund, CPF, a mandatory savings scheme designed to ensure the financial security of Singapore's citizens. Through CPF, citizens are required to save a portion of their income for retirement, healthcare, and housing. This scheme not only ensured that Singaporeans had a safety net, but also helped fund the country's rapid infrastructural development. The CPF's success in providing for both individual welfare and national growth made it a model for other nations to follow. In addition to these housing and welfare programs, the government also played a critical role in controlling labor supply, wages, and public employment. By carefully managing the labor market, Singapore ensured that the workforce remained productive, skilled, and adaptable to the ever-changing demands of the global economy. This strategic approach allowed Singapore to maintain balanced budgets, invest in education, and create a vibrant business environment that gave rise to globally recognized companies, such as Singapore Airlines, which became a symbol of the nation's success on the international stage. These achievements reflect the extraordinary foresight and careful planning that laid the foundation for Singapore's global success. Recent developments. In 2024, Singapore's economy demonstrated remarkable resilience, growing by 4%, surpassing initial projections of around 3.5%. This robust performance highlights the country's adaptability and the effectiveness of its policies, even in a global environment marked by economic uncertainties. Singapore's ability to thrive despite global challenges is a testament to its economic diversification, from finance and trade to technology and innovation. The government's focus on creating a competitive and resilient economy has allowed the city-state to continue attracting international investments and maintaining its status as a global financial hub. Singapore's ongoing investment in infrastructure also speaks to its forward-thinking approach. In 2024, several significant construction projects were underway, including towering residential and commercial complexes, integrated transport hubs, and state-of-the-art public facilities. These projects are not only designed to meet the growing needs of the population, but also to bolster Singapore's position as a global city with world-class amenities and infrastructure. By modernizing its infrastructure, Singapore is enhancing its livability and economic attractiveness, ensuring it remains a competitive player in the global market. On the international front, Singapore continues to strengthen its regional ties. In 2024, it reached an agreement with Malaysia to establish a special economic zone in Johor, a move aimed at attracting global investment and facilitating the free flow of goods and people across the border. This collaboration exemplifies Singapore's commitment to fostering economic growth through regional partnerships. It also serves as an example of Singapore's strategic approach to trade and investment, aiming to capitalize on its geographic location as a gateway to Southeast Asia. Technological advancements remain at the heart of Singapore's development strategy. In a major step towards solidifying its position in the global tech ecosystem, OpenAI announced plans to establish an Asia-Pacific hub in Singapore. This move underscores Singapore's growing importance in the field of artificial intelligence and its continued efforts to be a leader in emerging technologies. By attracting cutting-edge companies like OpenAI, Singapore is positioning itself as a leader in the future of technology, ensuring it remains at the forefront of the global digital economy. In terms of defense, Singapore is also making significant strides to safeguard its national security. In 2024, the country commissioned 2 advanced Invincible-class submarines, enhancing its maritime capabilities. These new assets will strengthen Singapore's defense infrastructure and contribute to maintaining stability in the region. As global tensions rise, the modernization of Singapore's defense forces ensures that the country remains prepared and capable of responding to emerging security challenges. On the energy front, Singapore is making strides towards sustainability with the conditional approval for Suncable's Australia-Asia Powerlink project. This initiative will supply low-carbon electricity from Australia to Singapore, playing a key role in the country's efforts to decarbonize and transition to more sustainable energy sources. This project not only highlights Singapore's commitment to green energy, but also its forward-thinking approach to securing a sustainable and reliable energy future. Finally, Singapore is increasingly focusing on its social policies. In 2024, the introduction of the country's first unemployment support scheme marked a significant shift towards enhancing social safety nets for citizens. Additionally, there have been improvements in parental leave entitlements, further cementing Singapore's commitment to social well-being. These policies reflect a growing awareness of the need to balance economic growth with social support, ensuring that Singapore's success benefits all of its citizens. Challenges and criticisms. Despite its remarkable economic success, Singapore faces several challenges that are drawing increasing attention, particularly in the areas of reliance on imports and foreign talent. As a small island nation with limited natural resources, Singapore relies heavily on imports for essential goods, including food and raw materials. This dependence on external sources exposes the country to global supply chain vulnerabilities, particularly in times of geopolitical tensions or disruptions. Additionally, Singapore's strategy of attracting foreign talent to sustain its economic engine has sparked debates. While foreign workers contribute significantly to sectors such as technology, finance, and healthcare, their presence has led to concerns about the impact on local job markets and the broader social fabric. Income inequality remains a pressing issue, despite the country's overall affluence. The rapid pace of economic growth has created significant disparities in wealth, with a growing divide between the affluent and lower-income groups. High housing costs, especially in private and central areas, have exacerbated these inequalities, making it increasingly difficult for young Singaporeans to afford their own homes. Additionally, Singapore's low birth rates, one of the lowest globally, pose a long-term demographic challenge. The nation's aging population combined with a shrinking workforce is likely to strain social welfare systems, healthcare, and productivity in the future, putting pressure on policymakers to find solutions to maintain economic sustainability. Another area of criticism stems from Singapore's restrictions on free speech and political dissent. While the country is known for its efficient governance and stability, its tightly regulated political environment has led to frustration among some of the younger generation. Many feel stifled by the limitations on freedom of expression, including laws that curb protests, social media discussions, and public criticism of the government. As a result, there has been growing dissent among youth who are calling for more liberal reforms and greater opportunities to express their views without fear of legal repercussions. These tensions between government policies and the desire for a more open, democratic space could present challenges to Singapore's social cohesion in the coming years. Looking to the future, Singapore is focused on reinforcing its position as a global powerhouse by advancing its high-tech sectors, investing in research and development, R&D, and strengthening its role in global finance. The government has set ambitious goals to position Singapore as a leader in areas such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and green technology. As industries evolve, the need for innovation and technological advancement will be crucial to sustaining the country's competitive edge in a rapidly changing world. Moreover, Singapore's leaders will need to continue adapting policies to address shifting societal expectations. As the younger generation demands more freedom and flexibility in both social and political spheres, the government may face pressure to modify existing laws to ensure continued stability while fostering a more open environment. Balancing economic growth with the needs and aspirations of its citizens will be key to Singapore's sustained success, ensuring that it remains not just an economic hub, but a vibrant, inclusive society well into the future. Singapore's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. From its humble beginnings as a British trading post to its emergence as a global powerhouse, the city-state has continually reinvented itself through resilience, strategic thinking, and innovation. As it faces new challenges and opportunities, the question remains, what does the future hold for this remarkable nation? If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth content on global economies, cultures, and the fascinating stories of how nations rise to power. Stay tuned for more.